Everyone doubted me and said I'll never amount to nothing. And I have my own TV show. How hectic is that? Yo, what's up everyone? How you doing? This is Moe Bulldogs and you're tuned into Moe from the Area Show. Today we have a very, very special guest, a man who has defied the odds to become the president of the area and where I'm from Canterbury, and not just Canterbury, Bankstown as well. The president of the area and Mr. Khal Asfour. How you going?
Hey Moe Bulldogs, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good mate. Yourself?
Good.
That's the way. Now, Mr. President.
Just call me Mayor.
Mr. Mayor. But President sounds like it sounds more hectic.
But I'm the Mayor, I'm not the President.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, now Mr. Mayor, can you tell us a bit about yourself? You were first generation?
Yeah.
To Palestinian parents?
That's right. So, my dad came out here in the early 70s. He went home, married mum, came back out in the late 70s. I was born first generation here in Canterbury Hospital.
Oh, well, yeah.
So Bulldogs Hospital.
Yeah. Bulldogs
and
Hospital, sure.
We then obviously grew up in the area. I grew up in Greenacre for most of my life and went to school locally, and love this area, and I'm so proud to be the mayor of an area representing and leading the community. We have over 360,000 people in the city of Canterbury-Bankstown. So there's a lot of people and there's a lot of work to do.
How old were you when you kind of knew that you wanted to get into politics and do all this stuff?
Well, I remember waking up one day and my dad had the TV on and Bob Hawke was giving a speech, and it was then that I realised that I liked the guy and I liked what he stood for. And I was only young, I was only maybe 7 or 8 years old, and so I decided that I wanted to know more about this politics thing. So I started following politics and decided to be that Labor Party and the Labor values were sort of where I was at and what I believed in. And so I joined the Labor Party. I went to university, studied political science, really interested in politics, and what really sort of led me there is being from Palestinian heritage, like you said. Obviously, a lot of the conversation around the dinner table at home when I was growing up was about the Arab-Israeli conflict and the Palestinians and the politics involved in that, and what America was doing and what France and England would do, or the UK were doing, and what the Middle Eastern countries were doing. So I was really into that geopolitical sort of thing. I was born with it, raised with it. So I guess I transferred that into Australian politics, and that's when I learned about the Labor Party, and then obviously Paul Keating became Prime Minister of Australia, and he was from Bankstown, which was where I was from. Yeah. So I thought, why can't I aim for the top? So I love my area, and I got a chance to get elected or to run for council when I was about 26 years old.
Wow. Which
was pretty young.
Yeah, very young.
Yeah, and it sort of happened that way, and here I am.
Did you feel you had struggles along the way? You had to fight to get to where you had to be? Because obviously your parents weren't they're not politicians and stuff. You didn't have an easy way. No. Can you tell the viewers out there?
So I came from a pretty ordinary family where our story and my story, my family story, is very similar to, I think, all the stories in this this amazing country. My dad worked. He had a small business. My mum stayed at home, looked after me and my sisters. That was pretty typical at the time. And then I guess what happened was, I learnt that ethic of hard work, because my dad was always, working hard and bringing in, the money for us to go to school and be able to go on holidays and buy our new clothes and toys and presents and
have a
all
better
that
life
stuff.
than
Yeah.
what he kind of had, you know,
Yeah,
obviously, you know.
that's
he come
right.
from the struggle, obviously, talking about Palestine and that's a...
Yeah, well,
you know,
I mean that's part of the reason why my parents stayed in this country, because my mum and dad realised the opportunity that this country can give them. I was the first in my family here or overseas to get a degree, to go to university. And, you know, if I wasn't raised here, then I probably wouldn't have got a university degree. I don't know, you know, it just would have been a different life. But, yeah, you know, I saw what my dad went through, and obviously I want, you know, to help my community as well, because I think, as I said, my story is similar to everybody else's. So, yeah, well, I mean, you know, I learned that hard work ethic. I learned that this country gives people opportunities that other countries may not.
Absolutely.
And I use those two things to be able to go to university, to get a job. But in answer to your question, you know, it was really hard for me after university because it was very hard to find a job, right? So I remember sending a lot of resumes out, and it wasn't emails back then, it was in the post. It was before email was, you know. So we'd send all these things out, and you just never got responses for interviews. And a lot of it, I think, maybe had to do with my address.
Yeah.
So coming from this area was, there was an extra obstacle that I think we had to all overcome. Yeah. But you need to persist, you need to continue. And I did that, and, you know, I was able to I think make a difference to my family, to my community, and that's what I think is very important.
Do you kind of feel, having said that, where you were sending letters out and you say you can get, you know, jobs and whatnot, and you feel that the postcode that you're from has this stereotypical view where people from, say, from the East Coast, where you know, where they kind of say that, you know, Bankstown, Lakemba, Punch Bowl, you know, is dangerous, or, you know, which is far from.
I don't think it's dangerous, because
you know,
it's not dangerous, right? Like, it's crime's down here. It's one of the safest places to be, and all our local community, I think, know that. It's a lot safer than the eastern suburbs, right? And the facts are there. The stats say that. But you know, I do think there was a disadvantage. Yeah, I think there was an extra obstacle for people from my area. I mean, it wasn't just me, it was my classmates, you know, the guys, my mates from school, they had the same problem, you know, and people would say to us, you know, change your address, you know, I bet you'll get a job, or you'll get an interview if you change your address, if you know a friend or a mate that lived outside the area, and then apply for jobs using that address, and maybe you'll be able to get it. So, you know, it was definitely a conversation that was being had at the time. You know, but I think persistence is key. I think not letting it, you know, stop you from trying is something that you get from living up and growing up in this area as well. Yeah. So there's that advantage for being here, because it makes you resilient. Yeah. It makes you want to push through and defy the odds. You know, so, you know, it was a problem then. And and I still think it might be a bit of a problem today, but I think you know, we've got very smart people in this, very smart students and people, and a lot of the first generation now have gone to uni, or TAFE, or wherever it is. It doesn't have to be uni,
they
right?
Have businesses.
They're successful. They're successful, and they're raising their families. And now by the second and third generation,
instilling all the values.
The future's bright. The future's bright for all of us. But we need to just continue that hard work ethic, you know, teaching that to our future generations.
Exactly. Because they tend to, me growing up too in the area, you know, obviously my parents both same thing, Middle East and everything, and, you know, culture, and then, you know, they speak Arabic to you at home, and you go to school, teachers speak English, you go, what's going on, you know, here, it's confusing, but you know, these things take time, but, you know, you do simulate to the Australian way of life.
Well, you know? I'm Australian. I was born here.
Same.
You know, so we're Australian, right?
Absolutely.
But that doesn't mean we forget about where our family comes from. Exactly. Our heritage is important. You know, teaching our children the language, the food, the culture. They're critical things. They're important things. I was a bit, you know, I think like you, a bit growing up. It was, you know, At home was different set of rules to outside the home.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then you get confused about who you are. There's an identity crisis,
identity
right?
crisis, yeah.
Yeah, but then I think you get to an age, well, I did get to an age where I thought, you know, I can take the best of both.
Absolutely.
And that's what I did, you know. So, you know, if I see something that makes me a better person and it's an Australian value or an Australian cultural thing, then why not? I can do that.
Exactly.
And if it's, you know, Palestinian or Middle Eastern or
Yeah.
no matter where you're from, you know, Asia or Europe or it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
If you can combine them, how good is that? You know, how lucky are we to be able to do that?
Exactly.
So I think that's what makes our area here all the more special.
Yeah.
We're so diverse, you know, over 130 languages being spoken here, you know.
Many people don't know that there is a big, a lot of Australians in Bankstown area as well. You know,
of course there is.
It's, you know, so it's diverse, and you get.
It's diverse, all right.
I'm starting to see a lot of people from outside, from different areas, coming and, you know, trying out the foods and everything.
Yeah.
They come all, you know.
I mean, that's what's unique about
Yeah.
our area, because we've got so many different nationalities
It's a melting
that
pot.
call us home, right? You just need to go to the food court at the shopping centre or walk the streets, and you can pretty much get a meal from any part of the world.
Pretty
You know,
much, yeah.
you can't get that everywhere. You know, there are parts of Sydney where you
It's
can't just,
strictly that kind
you
of,
know,
you know,
yeah, it's
kind
yeah,
of
it's
culture, kind of strict, yeah.
that's
Whereas
right. Here
this area, it's
we're
just
proud of
everything.
our melting
Yeah,
pot.
yeah.
We're proud of our diversity because it's a strength. It makes us stronger.
It does make sense.
You know, like the streets in our suburbs here, man, you can knock on all the doors and you'd find someone different, whether it's a different faith, different nationality, different religion,
Yeah,
whatever it
living
is, different
side by side
different
and just-
food.
yeah, exactly.
Man, you just need to go down
Yeah.
at dinner time and smell the
Yeah.
different food,
Yeah.
or coming out, the
yeah,
smells
yeah.
coming out from all the kitchens.
Yeah.
They're all different and they're all beautiful and they're all fantastic. So, you know, that's why I keep trying to sell that message about our area where our diversity is our strength.
Yeah, and you know, when I go to doggies games and stuff like that, you see people from all different things.
Yeah.
It's not that typical Arab stereotypical that they have, you know.
No. We play the drums and we fly the flags, you
And we're
know.
very passionate about.
You know, people like Pauline Hanson, they don't get it, right? They don't get it. They don't come here because they don't want to see how good it is.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They want to continue living in denial.
absolutely.
And that's the problem with
Yeah.
these types of people. And we can't listen to them or let them dictate to us
Exactly.
how we should be.
Exactly.
We are who we are, and we're welcoming, mate. We're a very compassionate society, mate.
Yeah.
We're also very generous.
Absolutely.
So, you know, we're proud of who we are and we'll continue to be.
Yeah, I think, you know, someone like Pauline Hanson, you give them the air to breathe. And like, you know, people like that are very arrogant and they market themselves to people that have the same way of thinking and stuff. So
People
yeah,
that don't know,
don't know.
uninformed.
And yeah, uninformed, and that's the thing. I think more needs to be done about, you know, people have to be exposed to these cultures and more, you know, whether it's religions or cultures that, you know, these people are good. Yes, the media stereotypes us and says all these things, but I think there is a change because people have access to the internet now. So, you know, people's minds are changing, and which is a good thing.
Because the media don't necessarily get us either.
The media,
you know?
I mean, they've never got. Yeah, the media don't help.
No,
you
no.
know, let's be.
Yeah, but they
straight.
don't
Yeah.
understand us.
Yeah,
You
they
know
don't
what I mean? They don't
understand
understand
us,
us.
Yeah.
And maybe they need to.
Yeah, and well, hopefully we can do that, and you're on your way there.
Well, that's what these shows are about, right?
Exactly.
Like putting out the message.
Exactly. And Khal, you have a really unique but strong, powerful name. You know,
Yeah.
the last name Asfour is obviously
Bird in Arabic.
means bird.
Yeah, that's right.
Bird. And you know, there's a hectic rapper, like one of my favourites. His name's Birdman.
Is he?
Cash Money Records.
Okay, I'll look him up.
Yeah, so maybe we can, you know, like, because I'm a rapper and that, and I reckon you'll be a hectic rapper too.
Yeah.
You're the man. That maybe do like a little freestyle or something.
Maybe.
I can.
Maybe you
start
can start and we'll see how we go.
All right. You know how to beatbox or anything?
No, I don't know how to do anything.
No,
No,
alright,
mate.
yeah,
Sorry,
alright.
sorry, Moe Bulldogs.
No, all good. Okay. Yo. My name is Mo. Yeah, I'm here with the mayor of Canterbury-Bankstown, Khal Asfour, aka the bird and that. Yeah, flying over and that, flying high, trying to get the area, fix it up and that. Yeah, come on, go, get it.
Well, my hope is that my hope is that we as a community continue to work
Yeah.
to make ourselves better, you know, to stop everybody putting us down.
Yeah.
And we want to continue to fight for who we are, where we come
For our
from,
rights
and
and
for who we believe in, because we want our kids to have it better than we had it.
Absolutely.
And I think that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we just need everyone to believe in us,
Exactly.
because we'll show everybody that you know, we've got it good here and we can make it better.
Yeah. So that's it, people. You heard, you know, check it out. The mayor has spoken of Canterbury-Bankstown. You all got to be united, stand together, go to your next door neighbour's house, knock on the door, give them some food and that, and hang out and party and enjoy life. And
get off the computer, get off the computer, get off your phone.
Get your phone and that. Stop taking those pictures and selfies and that. Go out, eat, have a good time, and do good. Stop being angry and love each other, because that's what it's all about. United we stand, divided we fall.
100%.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's an honour, pleasure.
Good to talk to you.
You are inspiration, and that one day I hope to be in your shoes.
Or maybe one day you can be president.
Yeah, I hope that's the plan. World domination.
Thanks, Mo.
Thank you
Cheers,
very
brother.
much. And that was me with the mayor of Canterbury-Bankstown. I'm Moe Bulldogs. You're tuning into Mo from the Area Show. Stay hectic. Peace.